Hello and welcome, my friends, to a video log. I'm here today to talk about quite a few things. I usually make these when I feel I have something to talk about, and I have this text document on my computer that I write down things in there that I want to talk about, and it's starting to fill up. So I thought, you know what? Instead of making like one video per topic, I'm just gonna ramble a bit. You and me, we can have a little discussion, one-sided discussion. So why don't you grab something to drink and let's just listen to me talk for a while about games and a few other things. What's upcoming on the channel? What I've been playing? What I'm doing at the moment with my LPs and stuff like that. So. Well, here we go. So, what I'm going to talk about first is my Thief LP. If you haven't watched my Thief LP, it is somewhat different from the other things I've done before in terms of editing. I feel like some games lend themselves to LPing very much, some less so, like the Assassin's Creed series. If you don't edit games like that with a lot of side questing, I feel personally that it might become kind of boring or tedious to watch. So what I've done with my Thief LP is that I severely edited it. Whoa, that's a difficult word to say. Edited it. I have severely edited it. Wow. So many... Man, the English language. Maybe I should just make this vlog in Swedish instead. Så vad jag har gjort är att jag har editerat själva Thief-gameplayet på så sätt att allihopa kan... Okay, whatever. I've edited the Thief gameplay in a way that it's more enjoyable for you guys. Okay, there. Alright, I said it. Good. So what I've done is I have cut out all the weird or all the boring parts, the traveling, side questing that doesn't really contribute anything to the main storyline. So I'm just right now focusing on the main storyline. So everything you see is something interesting. It took a few episodes before I perfected this way of playing. So the first few episodes, like 10, something like that, I fast forward instead of just cutting. But it's still very much a compact thing where you will see me learn the ropes, and as I learn the ropes you see my mistakes and what works, what doesn't work and stuff like that. And then in the later episodes I cut quite frequently. But it's very important here because I'm a story nut, and if there's anything in there that I want to show you, something cool, something exciting, something very important to the story, it's there. So you don't have to worry about missing anything. So I just wanted to put that out there. So if you're interested in watching Thief, that's the kind of Thief LP I'm doing right now, and I'm greatly enjoying the main storyline. And I have stumbled upon a level right now that I did not expect it. I did not see that level coming, and it's disturbing, to say the least. I have had some of my rather... Well, I've had a few not so proud moments where I scream like a girl. Oh, nothing wrong with girls screaming or anything like that. It's just like I'm totally losing it, and it's all the people I've shown this clip to just laughs at me, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm here to entertain, after all, and if my horror can entertain you guys, so be it. But it's a great level, and I'm very much looking forward to playing more of it. Which brings me to my next point. There has been a few days now since I uploaded anything Thief, and there's a reason for that. My weekends is I usually LP on my weekends, because that's when I have a fresh, I'm refreshed, I can sit several hours and just play the game and not be disturbed and stuff like that. And unfortunately, my weekends have been fairly occupied, so I haven't been doing much LPing. Well, I say unfortunately, but I've had some great moments in my weekends. I had to prioritize. So I will be LPing probably this weekend, so maybe even sooner, because I really want to play some Thief. The story is really picking up, and you can really see when I get excited, because the quickness of my speech like doubles. I'm talking really fast. I need to take a step back. Take a step back, David. Articulate the words. Alright, okay. So, why have I not been LPing? Well, as I said, I had to prioritize other things. And one of those things are real life, tabletop role-playing. I've been playing a lot of role-playing. I have been game mastering a group here now for many years, and we're having some great moments playing, just meeting up. They get a break from their families, get to spend time with their friends, role-playing, traveling out into distant lands and doing heroic deeds. It's great fun. And I've also done some online role-playing with Angel Arts and friends, Logan, Ray, Charlie, and I believe that he will put this up soon. We recorded ourselves playing, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it if you want. I'll put a link in the description if it's up. If it's not, I'll just put a link in the description to Angel Arts' channel. So that has been really fun. I haven't been able to play as a player in a role-playing game for like 14 years, and it's kind of interesting to be back. It's really fun, but also a little bit nervous, because remember, I'm from Sweden, so English is my secondary language, and I'm making my debut as a player. I have had a gap of like 14 years of not playing, and I'm recording myself playing in my second language on the internet. So please be gentle if you I love role playing. That's not it. It's just that, I'm putting myself out there, and I don't regret it. It's good fun. So there you go. Anyway, well, this is taking way longer than expected. I have so much to talk about. It's just nice, drinking some water, talking with you guys. Anyway, so on weekends, I LP a lot of games. On weekdays, I usually play games just for the fun of it. Because, you don't need to concentrate on commenting. You can just sit down and relax with the game. And this time, oh man, I've been playing this game, Baldur's Gate 1. And this is like a nostalgia trip for me. This was the game that it actually... Look, I'm so excited I can't pronounce words. This game changed my life, and I'm not even kidding right now. It presented me with how a role-playing experience could be. This was of course online, or this was on the computer, but I took what I learned from this game and used in my own campaigns, like character development, like epic storylines, like how it is, you know, add music to your games and stuff like that. And through this, I met a lot of good friends, and now we're friends for life. So thanks, Baldur's Gate. So Baldur's Gate, if for you who do not know, is BioWare's first RPG, and you can feel the BioWare influence in this game. You know, the staple of any good BioWare game is a good story, and that's Baldur's Gate for you. That said, it's kind of old, so you don't have the character development like you have in Dragon Age Origins or stuff like that. So it's fairly basic when it comes to companions and stuff like that, but they do have personalities. But in Baldur's Gate 2, that's where that game blew my mind. It's a BioWare game through and through. You can really feel the BioWarean influence seeping through every scene. You have like romances, you have great characters that have personal quests that talk to each other, a really great overarching storyline, great music, and stuff like that. If you haven't played these games, I would suggest you do. I think they are great, but that might just be the nostalgia talking. But I would highly recommend you at least trying it out. You can just play Baldur's Gate 1. You can just rush through the main quest so you get to number 2 and then just enjoy it. It is kinda old, as I said before. I remember opening up Baldur's Gate 1 like last week, and I was like, oh, wow. This game, there's pixels everywhere. This is not as pretty as I remember it. That said, once you zoom out a bit, and after an hour of gameplay or something like that, you're used to it. You know, it doesn't matter. It's great. Another word of advice, or a warning perhaps, is that this game uses the AD&D second edition rules, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons second edition rules, which are kind of wonky, not as refined as the later editions. But you don't really need to know the rules to enjoy the game. You know, just play it. You know that a longsword +1 is better than a normal longsword, stuff like that. And yeah, I've been enjoying the heck out of that game. So try it out. Try it out. So what's next on my list? Oh yeah. Speaking of isometric view RPGs, if you feel that Baldur's Gate might be a bit too old for you, there's actually a new Baldur's Gate-ish game coming out called The Pillars of Eternity. This game was kickstarted on Kickstarter, and it seems like a modern HD take on Baldur's Gate, actually. So I would play the heck out of that game, I think. LP? I don't know, maybe. It looks pretty good, but that's maybe just because I'm a fan of those games. Yeah, a good alternative to Baldur's Gate. It's not out yet, and I don't even know when it's gonna come out. Maybe I should check that before I made this video log. So unprofessional, David. So unprofessional. Anyway, speaking of games, other games that I've been looking at, there's this game called The Conjuring House, and I first watched the trailer, and I must say I was hooked. Like 15-20 seconds in. I asked the developers if it was okay for me to show this trailer on my channel, and they said, sure, go ahead, go for it. So, The Conjuring House is a horror game. And I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. I have been hardened a bit when it comes to horror, thanks to Dead Space, but as you saw in my Thief LP, I can still scare pretty easily. Now, what's interesting about The Conjuring House is that there's two types of horror. You know, there's the type of horror where there's like gore everywhere, there's dismemberment, heads flying, blood everywhere, and unless it's Dead Space, I don't care for it. You know, I'm not a Hellraiser kind of guy. When it just comes to gore to scare me, I'm just like, I'm not scared, I'm just disgusted, and not my thing. I'm much more for the subtlety of fear, the foreboding feeling that something is wrong, the oppression. You feel that something is gonna happen, but you don't know when. Like, you know, The Ring or Grudge, you know? Stuff like that. Psychological horror. The first Paranormal Activity did it really well as well, that movie. You know, maintain immersion, foreboding, add some paranormal activity in a very classical haunted house setting, and you have a winner. And I'm looking forward to this game. It's almost finished. They're asking for some funds on Indiegogo to help finish up the game. It's not going well. At the time of this recording, I only think they got like $600 or something like that. But it will still be made. It will just take a little bit longer and maybe not be as polished as they wanted it to be. But hopefully it will be out anyway. So I'm looking forward to this game. It's, as a big bonus, it also looks very nice. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so something about this channel, upcoming LPs. Of course, I'm still continuing with Thief. I'm not stopping that until I'm finished. By the time of this recording, I think the Walking Dead episode 3 just came out, season 2, episode 3. And I will be playing that, of course. I will be playing that. I usually take a week and a half or so. Step back a week and a half because I want the choices at the end to balance up a bit, so I get a more correct, balance on those things. I'll see if I can stop myself from playing that long. We'll see. The Wolf Among Us, of course, I'll be playing that. And I'll also be playing Blind, the Dragon Age 2 DLCs. I have not been playing those. just never gotten around to do it. Don't really know why. And I don't really know anything about them. I think that one of them is about something old relation, and I believe Felicia Day is in one of them. And that's about it. So I want to make a save to bring into Inquisition when that game comes out. And I won't say perfect save, because I have things in my save that probably a few others don't have. But I'll go through that in my Dragon Age 2 DLC video, probably. Anyway, in closing, I'd like to actually suggest a LPer for you guys. I've been looking around the internet for a bit, the YouTubes. I was looking for some Mass Effect stuff. I don't really know what I was looking for, but I came across this blind Let's Play of Mass Effect 1. I clicked the first video, and I really enjoy how mature this guy was playing. And the guy I'm talking about is called Flintsteel7. He seems to really enjoy Mass Effect and take it seriously as well, which are two criteria I think are very important for me if I'm going to enjoy the game. He's still finding his playstyle and stuff like that, but so far I've been enjoying his Mass Effect playthrough very much. And I also believe he'll be playing through Mass Effect 2 and 3 as well. So if you want some nostalgic feelings, you know, or good old Mass Effect 1, you can get over there, check him out, see if this is anything you like. I know I will be continuing to watch his LP at least. And that's it. I'm done. Finished. Färdig. Done. I already said that. And yeah, I have nothing else. My list is done. Let's just close that. There we go. Well, if you've been watching, thank you very much. I'll be back with some Thief and Walking Dead soon. And until then, have a great night. Or day. Depending on how. Just cut.